Today I'm going to make the most requested dessert I make. Hands down, people love this thing, and it's uncomplicated. I was going to say easy, but I don't know what people's definition of easy is. Easy might mean getting it out of the freezer and putting it on the table. This is uncomplicated. There are some steps, but it's not hard. So let me get you going here on the coconut refrigerator cake. The funny thing about this cake is that Martin's family is really into dark chocolate, and they love this cake. And it's white. There's not a bit of chocolate in it. So let's get going. I think it'll be a favorite for you guys too. First, you need to make a cake, and I use white cake mix, but I do like the French vanilla if you can get that. It has a little bit different taste. The white cake mix is fine, but I use the French vanilla. These are the things that go into the cake. There's a half a cup of vegetable oil, 3 eggs, and a cup of water, and I will make this and let it cool. Now the other thing you have to do is make the frosting, which is so easy. I have here 16 ounces of Cool Whip, 1 cup of sour cream. It calls for 1 cup sweetened coconut. I don't use the sweetened, but I also use 2 cups of coconut because I like to sprinkle some on top and on the sides when I'm done. And 1 cup of sugar, and this is it. Now also you use, let me get this out, 2 9-inch pans. If you have 8-inch, use those. It'll just be a little higher. And what you're going to do when they cool is you're going to cut them in half horizontally. So let's get this going and you'll get the idea. So it can be kind of tricky to get the cake out of the pan. I mean, I will spray it, but my mom used to do this. I suppose technically you'd do it with parchment paper. She'd take a sheet of wax paper, set down, and then trace around it and cut it out, and this goes on the bottom. Then it comes out of the pan a lot easier for you. But like I said, I will lightly spray it. This is something you might want to try. Hi, my name is Vonnie, and I can be a little anal sometimes. I measured out how much I put in each one. I like them to be even. There's almost 2 cups in each one. Give them a little tap to break up the air bubbles, and in the oven they go. And remember, I don't bake it for as long as they say. I always do about 5 minutes less to test, to make sure that my oven isn't running too hot or whatever, just to make sure it comes out right. We're going to get this one out of the pan. See, I'm going to run this around the edge, just like that. Then I'm going to take another rack, put it here, upside down, and it just came off. That was an easy one. And these need to cool all the way before I frost it. These are totally cool. So the next thing I have to do is you need to cut these in half horizontally. That's the trickiest thing you're going to do. And the other thing is these are going to be covered with frosting, so nobody's going to see if you got it technically totally divided correctly. Okay, so I just take my serrated knife and I just go around, kind of just spin it. Are you getting this? Yep, okay. Now there is a trick you can do with dental floss or thread where you kind of rip it through there, but I've never done that. I've just used my serrated knife. Almost there. There. All done. That's all set. Alright, I've cut this in half horizontally, and I'm just going to put 1/2 on my plate, and I'll deal with that one later. So now I'm going to make my frosting, and I'm going to divide the other cake, cutting it horizontally, and we'll be all set to frost this. Now I'm going to put the frosting together. I need a 16-ounce container of Cool Whip thawed, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of sour cream, 1 cup of coconut. I used unsweetened, and I used 2 cups because I sprinkle some on top. I mean, really, if you're going to use coconut, don't be stingy. So first I like to put these 2 together. There goes our sour cream. Then I'm going to add the sugar. That was easy. And I'm going to kind of work them together. And then I'll add my Cool Whip. There, they're all creamed together. I'm going to add the Cool Whip. There we go. It's a lot of Cool Whip, isn't it? But it's going to be a lot of cake. Now, one thing I haven't told you about this cake is it freezes really well. So what I will do is I will make this. You have to store it in the refrigerator because of the Cool Whip. So I will make this, let it set up, and then I will cut it apart and put some of the pieces on a cookie sheet and freeze them, and Martin can go back to the freezer and get one whenever he wants it. Now I'll add my 1 cup of coconut. That's about half. That's good there. That's a little more than half. There we go. So Martin has taken this up for bird counts at Christmas. What I do is I make one and I put it in the freezer, and he keeps it frozen until they have their little get-together afterward. And the recipe even says on this cake that if you let it sit in the refrigerator for a day or two, it tastes even better. So I don't know if it's aging it or what, but the flavors really go all together. Okay, our frosting is done. That's how easy that was. Let's frost our cake. Now I put about 1/4 of the frosting on the first layer and 1/4 on the second layer, and then I try to save half for the top, and you're going to do the sides. So let's go. You just put it on there. Nothing too hard about it. There we go. That is not working so well. I'm going to use this one. I like these cupped spatulas for stirring, but it's not doing very well for this. Okay, there's one layer. Like I said, nobody's going to know if you put too much on one layer and not the other. There's our next layer. I kind of press it down so things don't fall. I guess it's not 1/4 on each layer because I have another layer to go. But you want to leave a good amount. You'll see for that last layer because you're going to do the sides. That's good. One more. Press it down. Oh, well, did you see that? Oh, I guess you did. Plop, there we go. That's never happened before in this kitchen. I think the world shifted or something is what made that fall. No, I was just sloppy. There we go. One more layer. There. Now I do have quite a bit left. And that, like I said, is because I'm going to do the sides also. Sometimes I don't have quite enough, but believe me, when they eat this, they never notice it. There we go. Of course, you don't have to use all the frosting because you could actually have a little left for yourself later. Martin will probably get what's left from this. There we go. I think you're getting the idea here. All right. Fill in some of the spots. And you have just made, it's going to be a favorite in your family, I can guarantee, because I know how it was received in our chocolate-loving family. And I just sprinkle some of this on top. More the merrier. Now this will go in the refrigerator and sit. Well, I'll let it set just for a little bit. I think Martin heard that I'm doing this. He'll probably be down for a piece. Then I'm going to cut a lot of it up and put it on the cookie sheet and freeze it so he can get it whenever he wants. This dessert will not disappoint, and I challenge you to try it because this is a good one, and I think we need a good dessert right now, don't you? Well, there you go, the finished product. I was going to age it a day so that more of the flavors would soak in together, but Martin sacrificed and took a piece so you could see what it looks like inside. And he gave it a thumbs up. So give this one a try. I know you'll like it.